The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
I like my green with crystals like Folgers, picking up momentum, rolling like boulders. They call me ice, but I'm really much colder. My rhymes is heavy like the weight on my shoulders. I'm spitting that red hot smoldering lava. I fight to the end like the Navajo. Crack a bottle though, make it the goose with cranberry and triple sec. Triple my check, I feel the ripple effect of a fool on the loose. I hit you from every angle. From obtuse to right, street shit like JJ, I'm dynamite. Slide me some dough, I show you an execution in the flesh. And promise not to leave nothing left. If you bomb it, I keep stabbing, shooting, damaging, looting. Till it ain't no disputing who the greatest is.
Da, 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 da.
What up, Melroz, UnnCutt?
It's cracking.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing excellent, brother.
Good to see you, dog.
Likewise, man. It's good to be seen, my man.
Man, tell me about it, man. Thanks for joining Mike Robertson Blvd, y'all. What's up, party people?
Party
we got a
people.
great show for you today.
Okay.
Party people, let's all get funny. Melroz, that's a Melroz line right there, man. You got to join into that, man. Let's all get funny. Yeah. Just hit me. Also with us today, we got a special guest, LA native, artist, photographer, all-around great guy, down with hip-hop, down with the movement, down with all these groups. We got so much stuff to talk about. We got my man Estevan Oreo in the house. Ooh. That's all he needed to give was a little ooh, ooh.
Yep.
What up, though, man? You guys good?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I just had to sign in, so we're live on my page, too.
Bingo.
Oh, great, man. Great.
Live on Facebook.
Live, party people. After this, you can share it on YouTube as well if you
I will.
do
sure.
wish. So we got a jam-packed day of things to talk about today, Melroz.
Okay.
Dwann Brown is not with us today, but he will be back next week. Also next week, I got my man from Woody's Barbecue coming in to share some treats with us. How about
Is
that?
He gonna bring some,
next week.
He's going to bring some food?
Next week. Thanksgiving episode. Yes.
Nice.
He's going to bring some items. A couple items.
That's dope.
You do Thanksgiving, man? You cook?
Not really.
No?
No.
You try to figure out a place you could wind up?
Yeah. We just make regular food at the pad for that day.
Oh, really? Regular
Yeah.
food? Okay.
Makes sense.
Just like, whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
But we all get together, the family, it's like a family day.
Oh, so y'all use it as a day to get together, but you don't do like turkey and all that?
We might have that, or we do ham or whatever, or, whatever everybody's feeling. But it's kind of, the day that Christopher Columbus came and...
Yeah, I know.
Ramshacked the world.
Yeah.
Took over and claimed it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Little slaughter.
It's like you got to ignore some shit in America,
slaughter.
man, and have a good time.
Little slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to celebrate the slaughter.
Slaughter of some daughters.
Yeah, it was a slaughter, massacre.
Man. Massacre. For real, man.
Take these blankets.
All right, man. First thing we're going to talk about today, there was a picture that is trending unexpectedly. So there's this guy right here who put up a picture of himself and compared this. There's a challenge going on that says 2009 versus 2019. So you put up your new picture, you put up your old picture.
Okay.
So the dude put up this picture right here of him, right?
That's now?
No, that was 2009. Hilarious. That was 2009 right there, right? Well, the picture went viral. Can anybody guess why?
That shit's way past 2009. No, it's the lady. That's Rosa Parks or some shit.
Rosa Parks, man. So somebody noticed that the lady in the picture was Rosa Parks and said it damn, he didn't even know who he had in the picture with him. Turned out to be his cousin, but he just was showing his little baby picture, right? And it went viral, man, like millions and millions. It was top 2 trending item on Twitter today. Thought it was interesting.
Where's your 2019? Who he with this time? By himself?
Man, I didn't give his new shit. It was, to me, he was lying in his pictures, dude. The new shit was like...
That definitely
he grew like 20 years
shit.
in like 9 years.
That was some 80s shit. It's not fucking 2009.
Yeah.
You can tell by the fucking chairs in the background. Like, nigga,
was Rosa Parks not even alive,
I
bro?
don't even know she was alive in 2009.
When Rosa Parks passed away? Mm-hmm. Oh, 2005? Damn, you know the year?
Yeah, check that out, man.
Check that out.
I think that's why the shit went viral. Like, this nigga's
this lying with Rosa Parks with him. 2005?
Yeah, this nigga's lying.
We got Encyclopedia LeRon in the house, man. This fool, he knew the date. All right, man, next item, man. Whatever, that's just a little fun. All right, 15 years ago, today, the Malice in the Palace went down, man. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It's the fight with Ron Artest in Detroit. 15 years ago, it went down today. Let's run it.
So with 12, all 5 starters in double figures. The Pacers have played a very intelligent game tonight. Then Wallace is fouled, and Wallace did. Wallace right at Artest. This has potential to be serious if they don't get between. Wallace upset. Players trying to hold each other off. Steven Jackson and Rasheed Wallace trying to be peacemakers. Now Jackson
starting off on the court.
Wallace still
and look at Ron Artest. He laying down.
There to get him away. Jackson challenging Derek Coleman. Somebody should just get Jackson out of quickly.
And somebody go throw a cup on him.
If Wallace is ejected, I'm not sure. He'd have to walk past the Pacer bench to go. Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands. Oh, this is awful. Fans are going to get Steven Jackson's in the fans.
Rumble in the jungle.
She's going into the stands.
Man.
Trying to somehow restore order.
Hey,
the NBA was the shit.
Can you imagine that happening right now, bro?
Oh, it'd be over.
Man, it would be over. Everybody in that fight would be career over, dude.
They would suspend the whole team.
For 5 years. Right. Suspend the whole
team,
franchise.
The whole team would be suspended from any future playoff games. Coaches would be reprimanded. Mandatory meetings, and everybody has an indefinite by their career.
Man, socking up fans, bro.
That's when the NBA was the shit.
That's what they paid them good money for.
That seat right there to get smacked on.
Yeah. People were paying good money for that right there, bro. That's what you, like, in the back of your mind as going to see an arena sport. It's like you want to see a fight, hopefully. You don't want them to fight, but you want to see a fight.
If they get that close, you might as well let them go.
Yeah,
like
right.
In hockey, they should let every sport go a little bit. Let them go a little bit.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, like a couple of things, and the refs come in, hey, separate them. No fine and all that. Like
when they got hit in the head with the helmet, I think that was official. I think he deserved that smacking.
Oh man, he got that smack. He got what he deserved.
He deserved that.
You know what? That was a case of
the white man.
No, that was a case of being at work. That was a case of being at work and going too far and saying, fuck this job, right? Because when you hit somebody with a helmet, dude, in your hand, bro, you don't care about the job no more for a moment. You don't care, dude. Yeah. Because you could kill him, even though you didn't kill him, and he deserved it. But to me, he was saying, fuck this job. I don't care about who's watching, because the world was watching, bro. And he took the helmet and just bashed him.
I thought he was saying, I feel like my life is in danger. I've been attacked by 3 motherfuckers at one time. He was being attacked.
No. They deserved it, bro. He deserved it. He got his licks in properly.
He got what he was looking for.
He got his licks in properly, right. He got what he was looking for. Kicked him in the nuts, tried to pull his helmet off. Dude, what more can you withstand?
And then when he was pulled off, you come and attack him again.
Right.
Like, I don't know what this man, I don't know what's, I looked in his face, he was irate.
Wait.
Like, he was irate. That's the kind of shit white people say. He was irate. I was in fear of my life. That's why I shot him. That's why I clocked him in the head with the helmet. That's some white shit. But you know how they do white people, no harm, no foul. We're going to blame the shooter this time.
Hey, you know what he said when he got behind closed doors as an excuse? He was trying to put the helmet back on him.
That was a good, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Dude, I was trying to give it back, man. Why you tripping, man? Why did you duck like that?
I thought he wanted his helmet back. I was going to smack it on his ass.
Why did you duck like that, man? Oh, man.
I was holding it wrong.
Nah, man, they're not letting no fights go down like that, man, ever again. I tell you, not in basketball, not these days. All right, man. Next item I wanted to talk about, we have to, at least for a second, talk about this Kaepernick shit right here. Are you following football? You following this Kaepernick thing?
Yeah, my son's really into football, so
okay.
I catch it here and there.
Okay.
But I've seen that nobody's going after him after all that.
Nobody's stepping up.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, once again, this is an example of fuck this job, dude. When you showing up with the Kunta Kinte shit on, bro, that means like you don't care no more, man. That means when you saying shit like this, like, man, when y'all gonna step up? When you gonna do what's right? When the hell do you do that in a job interview, dude? You can't do that, man. You can feel that. You can't do it if you really want the job. If you don't want the job and you want some fuck this job shit, he did the cool shit. Oh man, he did it right, bro. He had his own shit to the side, and he had his own cameras. He had his own wide receivers. Man, he did it right, bro. He had the Kunta Kinte shit on with his fro picked out extra far and shit. Great, man. He's a bad dude, but he can't expect to get his job back like that.
I think at this point, Cap is just trolling now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, my nigga. Like, you already knew nobody was coming to the motherfucking workout. They confirmed in the email, we will not be attending. Like, that's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Now you're making a mockery of everything that you stood for. Now you just fucking attention seeking aimlessly, and it's starting to make the movement look bad. Like that whole shit you was doing, now it's starting to look like a big ass scam.
Right.
Because you still now you want to show up in the blackest T-shirt with the blackest statement on it, with the blackest fucking comb out. Before this shit, you was never wearing your hair like that. You were not doing that. Now you're doing some new shit for attention, man. Okay, you got your black card. We gave it to you, my nigga. Don't get it revoked. He's this close from getting the fucking black card revoked. Cap, relax, man. We bought into the kneel. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Mad niggas is not standing at the national anthem now, but okay, that's enough, man. Don't call no more. Yeah, come on, man.
Man, what more do we want out of this?
I'm looking for 32 teams. Here's your chance to stand up.
Yeah.
I'm looking for them. I got my agent here. Yeah. I got my wife here. I got, like, nigga, if you don't knock it off. I got Bill O'Reilly here. I got everybody in attendance but the NFL. Where's the NFL? Like, nigga, we told you we wasn't coming.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Check your email.
Oh, God.
We declined the offer.
You can't force somebody to hire you, bro. I don't care how good you are, man. Look, I could be the baddest mail carrier nigga in 7 counties, and I want to work in your fucking post office, Melroz. I'm the best. I can't come in there all like that. Like, yeah, hey, where y'all at? Come in here. Do your shit right. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to get ousted, bro. You can't do it, man.
It's bullshit.
What you think, man?
Yeah, 100%. You can't go in there, trying to push your weight around like if you want your job,
You're right.
Yeah.
And it's not even that he wants his job, right? Like as if he works there.
Yeah.
He wants his job back. He's already not working there, and he's trying to get his job back. You know what I mean? That's when you got to humble yourself. Ain't nowhere else to go play, bro. If you love footballs as much as you acting like, bro, there's nowhere else to go.
Well, there's other leagues in like Europe and stuff he could go and
he could.
He's really that hard up.
Yeah, he's really about that life.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
To play ball, just do what everybody else. Go to China or wherever there's another league and play over there.
They got some of these teams that play on Sunday out here.
Oh, they do. At El Camino College.
You're gonna have to bump it down a notch, bro. You like, come on.
Yeah, man, they got games for you, man.
The NFL is over. You're never getting back into the league.
Melroz, I think that's good advice for this guy, man.
Yeah, bump it down a notch.
There's other leagues out there, bro.
Bump it down a notch.
And they'll do everything you want, man. They'll meet all your needs. You can kneel.
Yeah. They might even stop saying the fucking anthem when you're playing.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious, man. All right, man, let's keep it moving, man. So today, man, like I said, we got a special guest in, man. I'm really happy to have you here, bro. Honestly, man.
Thank you.
Honestly and truthfully. Let's start with the book, man. It's so fresh just to even look at the cover, man. Hold that sucker up, man, for the camera, man.
Let me move
We got Estevan Oreo here. Just released this book, This is Los Angeles. Tell us about it, man, right quick.
This is 25 years of all the different genres of things and people that I've shot in in Los Angeles.
Dang.
Because a lot of the
25 years?
Yeah, about 25 years, and it's like there's celebrities, hip hop, low riding, girls, gangsters, a little bit of everything in LA culture.
Right. That's all LA shit right there you just named.
Yeah, that was it.
So I wanted to, pay homage to the city.
Wow.
And do a book of, just give people like a little sample of what I have.
You just said a little sample. That's a thick book right there, bro.
Yeah. It's 25 years, you can imagine all the shit I got.
God.
That's dope.
That is dope. On fire, man. Now, were you always a photographer?
No, when I started taking pictures, I was already tour managing House of Pain. In 1992, I started doing that, and I moved over to Cypress Hill in 94 because House of Pain broke up.
Fire.
So I started taking photos of lowriders because that's what I was doing before I had the camera. I had a lowrider, and I touring with the House of Pain. So I was doing hip hop and lowriding, and my pops was like, "Hey, I got an extra camera. You should, document all that stuff. It's pretty cool what you're doing." And I was like, "Yeah, all right." But back then, nobody really tripped on cameras. Like it was like paparazzis or tourists or like really high end professionals. So I was kind of like embarrassed to bring the camera out.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird back then. It's like, hey, can I take your picture?
Yeah,
yeah. Plus, I wasn't the most.
Fuck, are you paparazzi now?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, that's what it was. Paparazzi, tourists.
Hey, Estevan, man, you got your camera out again, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
paparazzi, man.
Like, put that motherfucker away already. Like,
You see we doing drugs, motherfucker?
yeah. and in the beginning, too, like, I had some incriminating type of photos, but, like, the more I started taking them, I started not doing stuff that had incriminating stuff on the photos.
Because I got you.
Like, protecting my people,
Right.
Like, I didn't want to be the guy that if some shit happened, I had the proof that put the motherfucker away.
Hey, look, he got the guns right there, man.
Right. Hey, get the kid with the camera, man.
Yeah. Get that guy. He got all the evidence.
Yeah, he's got all of it.
So, like,
wow, I feel that.
I went and did a photo shoot one time of this one neighborhood, and where we were hanging out and taking pictures, the rival neighborhood came up, and the guys were like, "Hey, man, they're so and so," and they all started running to their cars, and I was like, that don't look like they're running to so and so that's their homie, So I saw trunks start popping open and hoods popping open, and then they started grabbing, their pieces, and they had like a little shootout right there in the parking lot.
Damn.
And when they finished and the dude took off, they were like, "Hey, man, did you get those pictures? That's gonna be the most gangster shit ever." And I go, "No." And he was like, "What you mean, man? What do you mean? I thought you were here to take some gangster shit. Like, you didn't get the shot."
You missed the best part.
Yeah, I almost peeled that motherfucker's cap.
Yeah, man. I'm
You
doing
didn't
all
get
I
that?
can, man. And
Yeah.
you ain't even taking the pictures.
And I had to tell him, like, "Hey, homie, like if the cops say you hit the dude and he died and the cops rolled up, I'm the one that has the evidence that puts you away for life." Like, cold evidence. There's no...
Yeah, you can't even take it back.
You can't tell the younger homie,
Right.
"Hey, go do this time for me because you're underage," or
Right.
none of that. You're gone.
Damn.
So I didn't want to have those type of pictures, and I had to tell homeboy like that. And he's like, "Hey, homie, respect, man. I'm glad, now
You was
I'm glad
thinking.
you didn't take
Right.
that shit. Like, good
But
looking
next
out."
time some shit jump off, man, at least get me running to the trunk.
Yeah. At least get me pulling it out.
I was going to get my sandals right there.
Yeah.
Get me popping the trunk.
Wow, man. So you just started off, really, somebody handed you a camera, and you just started taking pictures.
Yeah.
When did you feel like this is like art? now that I'm doing? Was that's not immediately, right? Because immediately you're just kind of like capturing the moment.
Yeah, it took a minute because I started noticing like back in those days, everybody had like a little disposable camera on tour. You know, they want to take pictures of them standing by like the Eiffel Tower or some, you know, the Empire State Building or whatever. And I was taking pictures of all the homies backstage and them doing their live shows. And I would go home and everybody would compare pictures like, oh, yeah, let me see your pictures. You know, I got some pictures from the tour developed. I was like, yeah, here. And we would be looking at each other's pictures. I was like, what the fuck are those pictures? I didn't say it. In my head, I said it, you know, like
is that a wall? You took a picture of
like, what is that? Somebody's eye or their back of their head or what? I started noticing like most of their pictures were whack, you know, and I was like, damn. I was like, and they see mine, they go, damn, these are like Life magazine type shit, you know. I was like, well, yeah, and they're like, yeah, this is dope. And then the lady at the photo lab, she was like, hey, you take really good pictures. Would you mind if I blew them up? Because in those days, I just developed them, and they had these things like this. They're called contact sheets that have the 36 photos on one sheet. And she goes, I noticed you never print anything. Would you mind if I printed them up and put them in here on the walls? And I go, yeah, sure, no problem. And I sold like 8 out of 11 of the photos. And she told me, I've never sold that many people's pictures ever. Of any photographer. And she goes, maybe you should think about sticking to this. So I started doing more and more photos little by little. And I started, because I was a tour manager, I set up the press.
Right.
So the record label would fax me, you know, hey, here's a press schedule tomorrow. You know, tell the guys to put aside an hour. There's 4 magazines, you know, give each magazine 15 minutes. So I would, you know, bring in the first one. The writer would take up maybe 13 minutes, and the poor photographer would get like 2 minutes to shoot the group. The next guy would come up. The writer, you know, he'd do 10 minutes. The photographer could get 5. So I started noticing that. I was telling the magazines, hey, you guys want to use any of my pictures of the guys hanging out backstage or live, you know, doing the live show? I got some extra shit. And at first you could tell they're like, the fucking roadie over here is trying to give us his lame ass pictures. So after they seen the pictures, they're like, hey, you know, do you mind if we use these? And they started like, now it's called licensing, you know, but they would borrow the photo and they give me $500 or $200 or whatever it was. And once I learned that hustle, I was like, man, I'm one of the only people out here with a camera. I should do it with all the other bands that are on tour with us. Ooh. And tell the press
this guy's enterprising, Melroz.
You know, when they'd come up and they'd go, hey, I'd say, hey, who else are you interviewing? And we'd be on like Lollapalooza, and it'd be like Sonic Youth and Hole, or you know, one of the white groups and
big
stuff.
Groups, yeah.
So I started getting the hip hop, you know, magazines, and then I started getting the rock magazines. And meanwhile, with the low riding, I had a homie in our car club from Japan, because our car club, you could only be in it if it was only one chapter, and it was in East LA. So the homie from Japan came over. And he was like, I want to be in your car club. Can I open a chapter in Japan? And my president told him, no. If you want to be in our car club, you got to move here and low ride here. This is where it is. And so homeboy moved over here.
Damn.
And his friend had a magazine called Fine.
Called what?
Fine.
Oh, Fine.
In Japan. It was like a lifestyle magazine. And they asked him, hey, can you send some pictures of the lowriding scene and we'll publish them? And he goes, I'm here to build lowriders, you know, but my homie takes pictures. He'll do it. So he gave it to me and my boy Cartoon, and we did 2 pages called Low Life in the magazine every month. And it was like lowrider lifestyle.
Dang, man. Now, I don't know Cartoon. I didn't know Cartoon, but I definitely know him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just from being around. Like, God bless, man. That's a legend right there, man. I just want to stop the moment and say, bro, for real, artistically, tattoo movement, just being like a good stand-up, like a leader, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And so it went from starting off with Fine magazine with the lowriding thing to hip-hop magazines to rock magazines, and then it kind of took off from there. And I've got a Cypress Hill album cover, And when they told me the budget, well, I kind of knew the budgets because I was a tour manager.
Yeah.
So I knew what
She
to
was like,
ask
hey,
for.
let me get that right there.
Yeah, I had the inside scoop, you know?
Right.
So I was like, let me get that budget.
Yeah, let me get that.
Like, why are we giving this to somebody we don't know?
Right. And I'm already doing it.
So I got into doing album covers, and it kind of took off from there.
Wow, man.
That's dope.
Wow.
Yep.
So I see you. Also, you got in this spread right here in my face are Nipsey shots, man.
Yeah.
Did you spend a lot of time with Nipsey?
I did a couple photo shoots with him, and I was gonna do his album cover when I think he was on Virgin, and I came up with this idea to do the photo shoot because it was gonna be like a documentary style photo shoot, like a day in the life of Nipsey in the hood, and we were gonna take those photos. And at that time, I had two friends that had stores on Melroz. One was Known Gallery, and the other one was Nick Diamond that does Diamond Supply Clothing. And I was working with both of them, so I told Nipsey my idea was to take the photos from the album packaging, and for the record release party, instead of doing it at a club, we do it at the two stores together because they were side by side, and we do an art show in the Known Gallery of all the photos that we take for the album packaging, and then in Diamond we take some of the best photos and we do a clothing collaboration with Diamond.
That's hot.
And at that time it would have been like perfect timing. It would have took off because everything that I was doing with Diamond was selling out that day. It was when that whole waiting in line,
hell yeah,
outside of a store all day.
My son
was big,
was in that line
when it started.
Yes.
So it would have took off, and then something happened with the label, and he didn't end up doing the record with Virgin at that time. So I got a couple shoots with him and Double XL and that kind of thing.
Wow. That's great, man. Legendary stuff. You know, man, the thing about being a photographer, man, that is like, I think often overlooked is that you literally are the ones that are documenting a whole time, a whole era.
Yeah.
You know, like 200 years from now or 500 years from now, when people look back at the 2000s and look at what LA was about, they're going to see these pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's almost like they take your word. They have to take your word for it, your eye for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like serious, man.
It's all art, it's
right.
Film, photography, and art, because these pictures were done in 2008, I believe. So that's already 11 years ago. So I captured that era.
Facts.
And now that he's passed, 3 different artists have taken these photos and done murals in the city. So that's going to live on its own too, those paintings that are of these pictures.
Wow,
and
man.
then you have his music, everything just lives forever.
It's crazy.
That's great, man. Wow. Can you put one of those pictures up? With the, not that one, the one with the, let's just stop right there for a minute.
Yep.
Man, that, you know the saying a picture, can cause 1,000 words, man.
Yeah.
Dude, literally, man, that's LA right there, man. And captured in one picture, bro.
Yeah. That's right there off
in
Western
one
and
photo,
Slauson.
man.
They used to do the hop right on the left side of that is the Bank of America right there on Western and Slauson. And
I see it. I see the gates right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody was parking, and they would hop in the parking lot, and then they'd also hop on this side street. And that day it was super active. Everybody was pumped up.
Wow, man! Look at that.
Even the cops came, and usually when the cops come on those Sundays, everybody splits because it gets into like a cat and mouse thing. It's kind of cool though. They would start off at Crenshaw right here by Der Wiener Schnitzel. Mm-hmm. The cops would come. We would go to Slauson and Western. Then I think we'd go to the Home Depot on Manchester and Western. Mm-hmm. And then everybody would go to 132nd and Broadway. But in those 4 different locations, it was a different police. So the first one that on Crenshaw was LAPD. Then we'd go to the next stop and it was LA Sheriffs. Then we'd go to the next stop and it was CHP. So we'd go through all the different jurisdictions of different police neighborhoods. So it was never like LAPD following us to hear them breaking that up. Like they'd follow us out of their area, and then the next the sheriffs would take over at the next spot, and then we'd leave there and go to the next spot. But on that particular day, the LAPD came in. They were like, hey. Everybody started splitting. He goes, no, I'm not here to, tell you guys to leave. I want to see this shit.
Whoa, really?
And we're like, what? And he goes, yeah. Like, go ahead and do that shit. And there's a guy with a megaphone there all the time talking shit. And, like, he's just, like, pumping shit up.
Right. Hype man.
Yeah, the hype man.
You motherfuckers can't hop, and then
I'll
hop that motherfucker, and no, fuck you, and they get into all that.
Right.
And so then they made the cop the judge of the hopping contest right there.
Really?
Yeah, he loved that shit. I think I got it right here.
Oh man.
But it's always a good time.
Man, the thing is, another thing that there's an assumption out there that one can just put his camera up or his phone up and take a great picture, man.
They're tripping.
It's not
happening.
Yeah, bro. It's not happening.
You gotta have some skill. The skill to pay the bills.
But you say Melroz? Melroz, you got an eye for that too.
This right here this is how you could tell the difference. This is in the 90s, and their Wiener Schnitzel's right here. And what's the name of the paper that they have right here?
Oh, the Sentinel?
Yeah, I think this is behind the Sentinel or behind the bank. So you see all these guys are just kicking it, watching.
Yeah.
The only one with a camera is me, and this guy has a video camera, and this guy got a video camera.
Wow.
But if you see this shot today, everybody right here would be having their phones up.
Right.
And that's how you could tell the different, the different years.
The era.
Yeah. Everybody would have their
now
phones
everybody
up.
think they're a fucking photographer.
Same, and everybody dresses the same in this.
But that's a good observation. Once again, that's that capturing a moment of time, man.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's dope.
Dope all the way.
Do you have a favorite picture? A single favorite picture like this?
Well, for me, the LA Fingers has been my biggest hit. That's the one that.
Oh, that was right there.
That's the one that made me go platinum.
That's hot too.
And
now, did you shoot that like with multiple people a lot of times, or did you just on that day with that person?
One time with one girl gang member, and it was 1994.
That's hot.
And that wasn't even to me that day, that wasn't the great picture. Like the picture was, of the girl kicking it right there. And then for that particular shot, I just went in just right close to her hands, and I shot 2 pictures, and that's what came out. And later on, like the next, 1995, I brought it out, and I was like, let me show this picture and see what people think. And that shit blew up.
That shit's dope. I like the rack focus in that too.
Yeah.
That's hot, man. You got so much.
Yeah, I got a little bit of everybody in here.
Where do you get the book from? Where could you find the book?
Oh, they could get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or they could support your local artists and go to my website, EstebanOrio.com, and scoop it up right there.
Most importantly, hit the website and grab that joint direct from the guy.
Right.
No middleman. We're not going to middleman this joint. We're getting it right from the guy.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it right.
Straight out the soil.
Dang. So now you're so well known now. Do you get these calls? Hey man, we all posted up, man. Come through, man. Take some flicks.
Oh, like of the hood shit?
Or whatever,
Studio sessions.
stuff, right?
Yeah, I do.
Backstage, all these things. Like, now, all your friends who you used to just take photos as a being like a fly on the wall have now recognized you, of course, for your talents. So I would imagine everybody saying like, yo, come through, homie. We're going to be chilling or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, come through. I'm having a wedding.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just in a little wedding, man.
Yeah.
You might want to bring your camera or
Yeah,
whatever.
just bring it with you,
Yeah,
man.
just come on through.
No pressure.
It's my daughter's quinceañera. Come through and just take a couple shots.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I don't do those type of photo shoots because I don't want to deal with the bridezillas or the crazy moms or
Right.
just the family shit is just
The bridezillas.
super hectic. Yeah, they're going crazy. Like, I need a shot with my uncle and my cousin. They haven't seen each other in 15 years, and go over here, and like they're just pulling you around the whole thing, and you're just like, okay, yeah, cool, here. Okay, yeah, all right, great. You're just running around like an idiot.
Yeah.
And they always want to see the picture right after you take it.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Can you do
worst.
another one?
And they want to
Can I
orchestrate
see
it too. They want to orchestrate. They want to like be your art director on the spot.
That's
Okay,
the
wait.
worst
If I
thing.
stand this and you do this and you hold this,
Yeah, and then
Get it from this angle.
they'll even hold their phone up. They'll be like, if I'm sitting right here, the person will go right here, and they'll be looking at it through their phone. They'll be like, can you step right here and do it? Like, I'll move out of the way. And you
oh
just get it from here.
this is a little better.
Like, yeah,
I think I have a better angle.
yeah. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
What did I get myself
Like, you don't
into?
tell
You're
no-
slacking on your pimping. Look at this shot right here.
Yeah, like you don't tell no other kind of craftsman like how to do their
Yeah.
job. You don't tell the plumber like, hey, don't you think you should use
That shit ain't tight
wrench?
enough, right?
Yeah, like, can you tighten it a little bit more? Like, you don't tell.
Why don't you use my
shit.
snake? I think my
Right.
snake could snake it better.
yeah. Yeah. That's the equivalent.
Yeah,
Let me show you.
Is that the only grill you have?
Dang. Okay, so you from LA, right?
Yeah.
Now where are you from in LA?
I grew up in Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, I grew up all over the West Side, and then when I hit about 18, I moved to Hollywood and started doing construction. And then when I got old enough to work at the clubs, I was doing the doors, and that's where I met all the people in the music industry.
Right.
One of them being Muggs, one of them being Everlast. And in 1992, I met Muggs, and then in 89, he took me down to Cypress Ave in Southgate and introduced me to Be Real and Sen. And then, we all hung out and kicked it, and they'd come to the clubs. And
Were they already a group?
Yeah, but it wasn't signed.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was signed, but it wasn't put out until 91.
Okay.
But I still have the original cassette that Muggs gave me from 1989 that he wrote on. It was like a Memorex or a Maxell tape.
Right.
And everybody's losing their mind from 1989 to 91. They're like, fuck, man, when is this going to come out already? Like,
Right.
every time I get in your car, this shit is like bumping. I
Right.
love it. Like,
Yeah.
can I make a copy of the
You heard
tape?
it 1,000 times already.
Yeah, and they still loved it. And
Right.
they wanted a copy, but
You can't do it.
Yeah, I gave my word to Muggs that
Yep.
like, this tape ain't never leaving my possession, and they'd be like, "Come on, homie, I won't say nothing." I'm like, "Nah,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
not, can't do it."
Can't do it.
That was part of the game.
That's
There was
solid.
no such thing as leaking shit.
Yeah, man, you can't do it,
did
bro.
that, you were just
gotta
a piece of
respect
shit.
me, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that I can't give it to you, homie.
Yeah, if you did some shit like that, it was over.
Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap.
You get in a beating first off, and then you're getting kicked out of the crew.
You're kicked out.
So,
Dang. Now, what's a thing that's a trip right now, because you've been on the road with Cypress Hill and them being like kind of really early on at least the hip hop weed movement. I'm sure you got a lot of photos and stuff of the movement along the way with them, and for it to now be right, the original movement, and for now that it's legalized, does it give you any different purpose with capturing sort of marijuana movement?
It's kind of like a lot of the photography in the weed industry is kind of like corny, it's like one thing, like, oh, let's see if we can take a picture of this bud as close as we can get to it and see like the
colors,
bubbly crystals, or let's see a girl in a bikini, taking the biggest hit of the weed. There's no really like cool like photography, that will show up in 20 years and be like, man, that was a badass picture.
Right.
Just like a badass picture, and it has weed in it. Like they
Right.
just are shooting it like.
Now it's all like a
For
setup.
the gram.
Yeah.
Everything's for Instagram.
For the
like,
gram.
Like, let's shoot a picture so everybody can see our weed and put it on Instagram right now.
Right. Right.
They don't think of like the artistic point of view. There's one company, DNA, they flew me up to Canada the day that Canada made weed legal, where you could walk around and smoke it in the street or whatever. We were walking around the street smoking weed right by the cops. Like, blow it out, big old monster cloud, and the cops like, motherfucker, you know, like, you could tell they were burned out.
They didn't like it.
Shit, you know?
I couldn't do nothing.
So they had me document Cypress Hill playing a show to celebrate that day.
Wow.
In Canada. So,
I knew it, Melroz. I knew it.
Yeah.
I didn't have the proof. I knew it. Dang, man, that's great.
So that was like, you know, that right there was a historical moment.
Wow.
For the weed thing. Nowadays.
In Canada.
In Canada, yeah, in Vancouver.
Wow.
So it was a pretty cool
That's hot, man.
But, you know, like Cypress Hill, my first show tour managing them was Woodstock 94. And at that time, one of the stage props was 2 fingers holding a joint.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was about...
It was big,
about
huh?
5 feet tall.
Yeah.
We had a homie named
My height.
Snow, and he was a little bit taller than him.
Yeah. Was it like gold or something?
No, it was actual finger colors, and the joint was the gold thing was a Buddha. We used to have a blow up Buddha with a big.
That sucker got big.
Yeah, big old weed leaf on his stomach.
Man, Cypress Hill, bro. I love them guys, man.
Oh yeah, we had good times.
They get busy, man. Wow, man. So how's the book being received now?
It's being received really good. It's selling, and you know, the publisher's happy. The other night I did a lecture and like a book signing at Barnes and Noble, and they came through. Everybody it was packed.
Wow.
And did they didn't have nobody to do the questioning for me. Like, you have to bring your own mediator, or you just talk about the book yourself. Right. And I've done that before, and it's kind of cool, but I wanted to do something different. So I brought my friend that's a comedian. He has a character called Cholo Fit Creeper, and I had him come and be. Have you seen him?
Nah, but that sounds funny though.
He dresses like an old homie, like a '90s cholo, and he does these like workouts.
Oh yeah, I seen dude.
Yeah.
He's
a gray sweatpants.
Yeah. And he be like Yeah.
So he was my mediator.
Dude, it's funny. All right.
And everybody was tripping out on that because it was I have a surprise guest as a mediator, so come through. And I went up on stage first, and I told them, hey, you know,
I love it, man.
I said, I asked my homies, you know, to come through and help me, but you know how it is when you ask homies, the shit don't always work out. So, you know, I'm just going to do this shit myself. And then I had 2 of my, you know, bigger homies on Swole, Rascal and Big Lucky at the front where everybody's getting in. So I said, hey, when homeboy comes up, don't let him in. So he's like, hey, man, what you mean I can't get in? Like, I'm supposed to be up there with him. And then they're like, hey, is he cool? I go, yeah, he's all right. Let him in. And I go, all right, you know, we got a show.
I got you in here.
Yeah, that's dope.
Wow, so, man. Creative, man.
Yeah, broke it up, you know, break the ice a little bit.
That's what we love, man, up here. Mike Robertson Boulevard. Creativity, party
creativity,
people.
man.
Yeah.
Dang. So now, are you about to hit the road with the book?
No, I'm about to do 2 more.
About to do 2 more. Yeah. Now, are you in a place right now where you've got so much art that you gonna do 2 more books from what you already have, or are you about to get on another mission with and
make
doing
some new stuff?
Yeah.
No, I have my 25 years of archives. I went to 44 countries with Cypress Hill and House of Pain. So I've shot all over the world multiple times. And since I've been just a photographer, I've been to 56 countries now. So I stepped it up 12 more countries. So I have a big body of work, and I got a good 25 books worth of stuff.
Damn.
Just of what I have already. I have about over 500,000 negatives.
Okay, did you say 25 books worth of stuff?
Yeah.
Can this guy get some hand claps, man? I mean, come on, dude.
That's
damn.
Crazy. That's
25
crazy.
books worth.
Yeah, so the next 2 is I'm working on is one just on straight low riding. And I'm going to show like my car that I bought in 1989 at a 64 Impala. And I still have it to this day. I've redone it like 4 or 5 times. And it's going to start off with showing my car how it was before I started building it, then showing it when I first came out with it, and then I go into lowriding, like the 90s, all the lowriding shows like at the convention center, you know, when it was super active.
Exactly.
And all like fine girls and gang members.
Performances and all that.
Cube and everything was playing right there. And the shit was like off the chain, you know?
Beautiful, man.
So with this book, does it tell like a story from like the 80s to the 2000s? Is it that kind of thing, or is it just a mixture all over? Like
the lowriding one?
I mean, this book right here.
This is just from the 90s to now, of a little bit of everything I've done in LA. Because, you know, some of my homies are like, man, it has like Juvenile and stuff. He ain't from L.A., you know, or something like that. They'll say like a New York rapper, like, why you got him in there? He ain't in L.A. I said, because it was done in Los Angeles.
Right.
The photo shoot was done here. Just to show like how everybody comes here, because this is one of the touchdowns places if you want to do something. Like if you want to rap or act or do movies or do something in the entertainment industry, you got to touch down in LA and New York.
Exactly.
So like just as much as we had to go to New York, because that's where the Cypress label was and everything was out
Columbia,
there.
right?
Yeah. Like just as much as we had to go out there, everybody has to come out here and do shows. You know, it's the second biggest city in the States for, you know, all this stuff.
As a young photographer, how do you approach pictures artistically? Because a lot of people take pictures and then sometimes you're like, you know, let me do this shot again. This shit ain't. There's a line in what's the movie with Lorenz Tate and the chick Love Jones. She's showing her art, and the dude said, "These are slick, but how could they be slicker?" So is there like any advice you could give to somebody saying, how do you make an artistic picture out of just taking pictures? Is there an approach to that?
Yeah, I would say, you know, to do your homework. You know, it's just like anything else like that you want to be great at, you know. You practice a lot, you shoot a lot, and you look at the greats, you know, people that have come before you and kicked the doors down before you. And that have done, you know, books or been in museums or go to art galleries. Like go and see what's out there and go see what the upper levels are doing, and then don't copy what they're doing, but just get inspired by them and go do your own style and, you know, kind of create your own lane without biting anybody's shit. Because like there's a lot of people that have, you know, copied my style, and my wife calls them like if their name is Joe, she'll call them, hey, there's Joe Von. You know, she has,
hit him with the
she has the Von on
there's lame Von right there.
Yeah. Wow. Do you have guys out there or ladies out there that turn your pictures into tattoos?
Oh yeah. Look, right here's that LA Fingers is probably the most photographed, the most tattooed photograph ever in history. It's all over the world. And then our clothing company, Joker, these are like, you know, all the people that have gotten the Joker logo tattooed on them, you know, on the back of their head, on their rib cage, on their arms, on their wrists, on their stomach, you know, like everywhere.
Countless.
It's like I get tagged every day of people that have gotten one of my photos tattooed on them or my clothing company logo.
Wow, man.
It blows me away, you know?
That's crazy, man, because we was talking earlier, man. I came across Joker a long time ago, bro. Yeah. He's the owner of Joker brand.
Yeah.
I came across it a long time ago on the tour circuit.
Yeah.
Everybody had it, man. They had like, I mean, it was just variations. T-shirts, sweatshirts, even jeans, right?
Yeah, we had jeans. Yeah, we had jumpsuits. We had, you know, the old school velour suits. We used to have like we had a cut.
Yeah. You had the velour joints,
and we had, you know, just direct printing. You know, so
right.
It was a full blown clothing line, and I would take it on the road with me to give to other bands when we go on tour. and I would bring a box of clothes to every photo shoot I did, and just be like, so you don't show up empty-handed. I would just be like, hey guys, I brought you this box. This is our gear. If you like it, you can bust it in a flick or whatever, or, just give it to your homies. It's a gift. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, and probably 90% of the time, the homies would put that shit on
right now, man.
Which is the same thing I did.
Yeah.
I know where to wear this Gap shit anyway.
I'm not going to pass this out.
And then you do the photo shoot, and it's like you got an ad right there.
Right.
And that's kind of how we got around the whole doing the advertising thing, because back then, magazines, they charge, from 10 to 25 on up, $1,000 to have a full page ad.
That's right.
So, now
for 1 month.
Yeah, for 1 month, and maybe just in the United States.
Right.
So people in Europe or Asia or nothing, they would never see that ad. So you're paying $25,000 to advertise your company, and only people that actually look through every single page in a magazine would see your ad. Because most of the time people skip the ads and go straight to the story that they bought the magazine for.
That's right.
It's very rare that people would see the ads, but for some reason people, I don't know, it was a trip.
Well, in hip-hop books too, man, people got into the ads for a while, you know, because that was the hottest part of the magazine.
Yeah.
The stories were weak, but the ads were hot. You know what I mean?
That new Carl Kanai was hitting.
Yeah.
I did the Carl Kanai campaigns.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Damn.
I did the guy who does Joker in Europe right now, he was the distributor for Carl Kanai in Europe, and they wanted the LA flavor. Like they had me shoot homies from here, and I would send the pictures to them, and it was different than what they were showing over here.
Yeah.
I was going into the projects and everything and shooting real homies wearing Carl Kanai, and they're like, the more gangster, the better. The harder, the better. The more greedy, the better.
Say, hold on, let me go to the trunk.
Yeah, I need somebody bleeding, man. Yeah. Slice his arm.
I'm going to show you some gangster shit. There they go right now.
Shoot me in the leg.
Right. Make it quick.
Just get the 22.
Hell yeah. Do the 22.
Yeah. The shitbag special.
Hilarious, man. Damn, man, that shit is exciting, bro. I did remember the line, man, and it was like authentic. I mean, the people who had it, it was all cool motherfuckers had the gear. You know what I mean? You did a good job of getting that shit out there, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was like...
That's dope.
So you got 2 books coming up next, right?
Yeah.
Melroz asked a question a second ago about, like, are you telling a story? Like, does the book itself, the layout, what you choose to come first, second, third, last, everything, does it tell a story?
Not this particular one, but the next one will. The lowriding one is going to have, I'm going to probably lay it out by, like I said, when I bought the car in 1989, when it was kind of like had rust bucket kind of features in it. There was like holes in different parts of the car that were all the way rusted through till me, building the car and then it coming out. And then I'm going to go into the lowrider scene in the 90s and then show how I used lowriders in different photo shoots that I was doing for work. Like how they had lowriders in a commercial environment. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to show the different places that I went to when I was on tour, and I'd meet up with people that had lowriders because people were like, oh, you guys are from Cypress Hill. We brought our lowriders out, come check them out or come to our hood and check out our lowriders. And I would always be the one to go. So I would go and just pop up a couple pictures, and I ended up getting like maybe 10 countries with lowriders, photos from them. And we'll go into that, and then my family and lowriding and celebrities and hip-hop guys, with different lowriders. So it's going to have a little bit of everything. It's going to be, my vision of lowriding for the past 25 years.
Wow, okay.
What celebrity you think has the dopest lowrider that you've flicked up? The one, like, this one is bar none. This is the top one.
I would say probably the realest lowrider was probably like Mac 10 back in the day.
Ah, he had a white and
Mac
red.
10. in.
He had
For life.
He had a tan one too. That I took photos of him hopping
No
it,
shit.
and he was swinging it from the door.
Inglewood.
Back bumper.
What?
He was in it?
No, he was doing it from the door.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you reach your hand and you hold the door, and like he was hitting back bumper, and like there was nobody else at that time in the rap game with lowriders. And it like recently, a bunch of guys got them, like YG, Schoolboy Q, Ty Dolla.
Oh, they can. Yeah.
You know,
they just drop some G's on it and just get a car, huh? They're not building it and all that, right?
Yeah, they're probably not in there, you know, turning wrenches or nothing. Yeah. But the cool thing is they're repping LA.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they're like, you know, this is LA, is my city. I'm gonna have me a fucking lowrider. You know?
Yeah, why
How do
not?
I look renting a lowrider for my videos? You know, I need to roll my own shit.
Yeah, I can afford it. Why not?
You know, that's you got to respect that. You know?
All day.
So, because back then nobody was. Who was rolling a lowrider in the 90s?
Really, who was?
Or early 2000s? You know, not too many people, but.
I mean, there were some in Dre's video, but they weren't Dre's, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
that's the point, you know. Like
King T.
Hey, watch that bumper, Dre.
Yeah,
people had them in their videos, but they weren't theirs.
Yeah, Be Real. He owned a lowrider.
Yeah,
he had a 57 and a 65 rag. He had a 57 Bel Air and a 65 rag top.
Oh shit!
He was in our car club in the 90s. But I'd say probably him and Mac 10.
Yeah,
were the realest, activist, you know, guys rolling a lowrider back then.
You got Mac 10 hitting that on the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know he got it, Mel. You know he got it.
He's gonna be in the book for sure.
Get that, bro. Wow.
It was a shoot of him, like talking to him about his music and stuff, and he brought the ride, so I was like, we got to get that.
Yeah, let's do this.
So I had like a sequence, you know, kind of like the old skate magazines.
Yeah.
Where they'd show the guy doing the trick. I had him, you know, from the ass up and the nose down, like, you know, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, until it was hitting back bumper.
Hot, bro.
That shit was hard.
Man, we're going to get out of here, man. Look, bro, thanks for coming, man, and sharing this story, bro.
Hell yeah.
Man, nice to meet you in person and stuff,
Thank
man.
you,
You're a cool motherfucker.
It was an honor, brother.
Melroz.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
man, you're a cool cat. So, look, guys, show one more time, man. Y'all check this out. This is not some regular old, like, hey, man, look at my pictures, man.
So this is Los Angeles.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is Los Angeles. This is going to represent us, man, 200, 300 years from now, man.
Oh, that
real
back weed
talk.
picture nasty, too.
Yeah, we got
Man.
this from the 90s.
That
right
was
here.
creative.
Let me see. Oh, man, we are not playing, party
Pass it
people.
to the left.
We're not playing. Melroz UnnCutt, where can they find you, man?
At Melroz, Mellroz, everything social media.
All right, Esteban, where can they find you?
Just like my name, Esteban Oriol, ESTEVAN ORIOL.
All right, and I'm King Mike Boogie on all my stuff. Look, man, follow us. Next week is Thanksgiving Tuesday. We got Woody's Barbecue coming down here, and I'm going to find somebody else that got some good some good Thanksgiving food for us to discuss. And we getting out of here, y'all. Thanks for joining. Mike Robertson Boulevard. We out of here, party people. 5,000 G.
Peace.
Hey, man, I love that loveliness right there. From sea to shining sea, I'm the only MC to see. From sea to shining sea, I'm the only MC to see. From sea to shining sea, I'm the only MC to see. You a thunderstorm and I'm Katrina. I'm a big giant and you Thumbelina. I saw my first reggae show with Tipper.